Welcome, fight fans, to Deep Waters, where we take a deeper dive into boxing's top stories. I'm George DeMatteis, alongside the champs, Paulie Malignaggi and Chris Algieri. We have a special guest joining us ahead of that big fight between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. We are joined by three-division world champion and Venezuelan proud, one great Jorge Linares. Jorge, thank you very much for joining us here. We appreciate you here on Deep Waters.
Do you remember when before the fight, the guy in the ring, they say, from Barinitos, Venezuela, but living in Tokyo, Japan.
Man of many countries, champ.
I would say hi in Japanese, but I don't know how to say it, so we'll stick to the English there.
So, for example, now the thing what I can say is like, hi, konnichiwa.
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 There we go.
Okay. There you go.
Konnichiwa.
Jorge, first of all, well, as I mentioned,
Yes.
thank you for joining us here. What have you been up to? How are you doing, and what have you been up to since you retired?
Oh, you know, I'm super happy. I'm retired, but I'm super happy. I'm still close to boxing and everything. Everything what I try to do right now is, you know, is outside of the ring, but I'm trying to be in the gym like minimum 3 times or 4 times a week with my boxer. I have 2 boxers right now. One of that they have fight and made in Orlando, and the another one is amateur. So, and I'm super happy to give them like something special, like a lot of experience what I have, you know, and try to give them the best example in the world about boxing. And the same way, I'm working with the WBA right now, like ambassador and supervisor. So, and I love the thing what I do right now. In the same way, is I have the time to enjoy a little bit and enjoy with my family, with my wife, with my daughter, and some weekends I have the good time and I'm going to play golf a little bit.
All right, sounds
Jorge,
good.
first of all,
That's like what I need right now.
That's great. Jorge, first of all, congratulations. You had a fantastic career. Welcome to this side where we don't have to punch anybody anymore. So the fighters that you're training, are you looking to be a professional trainer and train fighters into the pro ranks?
You know what? Let me be honest. I cannot be a normal or regular coach, you know, because you need to be a coach, you need to be in the gym like 24/7 with the boxers, especially, you know what I mean?
That's
It's
why
a
I
lot of
asked. Yep.
sacrifice. It's the same thing as I'm trying to be a world champion again, you know? So I like to be a mentor, you know? So that for me it's more not easy, but it's more chilling because I don't need to have a lot of sacrifice again in my life.
Right.
You know, I don't want any more punch in my face, but I don't want to be too worried about another people, you know, especially a boxer. I'm trying to give them like a couple examples, you know.
Yeah, the advice is invaluable, champ. I mean, regardless, even as a mentor, these young fighters, a lot of times, you know, even if they don't have you around in the gym all the time, there's invaluable advice to give. There's, you know, business advice. There's sporting advice. There's training advice. You know, a lot of times these guys have so many questions, and you know, especially from a business aspect of it, you know, a lot of trainers don't know the business aspect. So the fighter will have a trainer, but then he's kind of got questions about the business aspect, and he may not have trust. He may have trust issues with the business people in his team and whatnot. Having some mentor like you who has been there before, I've experienced it myself, but I've got some young guys, you know, that I kind of mentor as well. And you know, there's a lot of questions that they get more comfortable coming to somebody like you about, because you've experienced the broad horizon of the entire the broad spectrum of the entire sport.
Yeah, and you know, especially now I live now in Miami, so and I'm trying to change a little bit the mentality of the people in Miami, you know, because you know more than me. So Miami boxing way is not so good. So that's why I prefer 100% be in California and Vegas. Boxing is more good there. A lot of more opportunity, but I'm trying to change that thing in Miami. They need time. We need time. But what is the best example for me? Give them all the best example, you know, and try to change a little bit. So that's why I'm enjoying so much my job right now.
Well, Jorge, as someone who's from Miami, I say buena suerte, hermano, because it's going to be tough, but you can do it there. You're a world champion, former 3-division world champion. Now, now you fought and you gave Devin Haney a really good fight, and you sparred against Ryan Garcia. They're fighting
a long
this Saturday.
time ago.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Both of them, yeah. So who do you think
Yes.
who do you think is going to win, and why do you think one of them will win, or which one do you think will win?
For me, let me tell you something very honest. I'm very, I was a professional for a long time, and I know both of them what kind of style they have and what kind of strategy they try to make. They try to give the people, to show the people. But the example what the strategy what Ryan Garcia tried to show the people is the more bad thing. It's like a toxic example, it's toxic strategy. So, and he don't look well. So, but for example, Haney, he looked well. He looked in good shape, especially when he moved to 135 to 140. So, and he being better and better and better. Ryan Garcia, you can see in all the video what you say in the social media, he's the same guy, the same style. He made the same mistakes. So what kind of new thing we want to see in Ryan Garcia? I think nothing good for me. But in Haney, you see the last fight of him. He made amazing fight, the last one, and he do a good knockdown. So, and I think the best decision what Haney make before from 135 to be in 140 is the best decision because he can see he can have more better punch in 140.
Jorge, I remember speaking to you right after you fought Devin Haney. We were in Las Vegas. We were underneath those, and we were talking about the size and the weight. And even back then, I mean, he looked huge that night. Do you think he is strong enough to actually stop or knock out Ryan Garcia at 140 now that he's here and bigger and stronger?
Let's see. We don't know. So remember when I fought with Haney, I didn't feel his punch in 135.
Right. I remember you telling me that. Yep.
But after that, I understand why, because he lose too much weight to make a 135. So the next day and the Saturday night, he checked the weight. He was more than 154 pounds. Yep. Imagine from 135 to 154 is a lot. Yes. And now he made the best decision to be in 140. So how many weight he can take after the weight? We don't know. So maybe 15 pounds, maybe 20 pounds. We never know. So, and he can feel more comfortable with the punch, with the weight. So, but in the fight, we never know. So for me, I didn't think like Haney have good punch. By 140, with that glove, with the bandage, if they throw a good punch to anyone, maybe he can make a knockdown like the last fight. So he don't have like a 100% punch, but maybe 16, 17. But if he take good weight, he can be more strong. Yeah. Ryan Garcia is the same. Ryan Garcia have punch, right? I think Ryan have more punch than Haney, but he cannot feel the ring in good way. He cannot sit very well to trust the punch. So he don't working very well the ring. That's the problem with Ryan. His balance is totally bad all the time. He don't have very good position.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right, we'll talk more about Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia with former 3-division world champion Jorge Linares here on Deep Waters on the other side. Welcome back to Deep Waters here on ProBox TV, your boxing channel. All right, Paulie, you have a question for the champ, Jorge Linares.
Yeah, champ, you mentioned a great point about Devin Haney. He's he's making more improvements. You can see he's gotten better and better, while Ryan Garcia seems like the kind of guy, he's nothing new, right? He's kind of just keeps bringing the same thing, and you don't really notice anything new.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a lack of love for the sport of boxing? We know how important it is to be dedicated fully, no matter how successful you are, if you're going to keep improving. For me personally, and I don't know how you feel about this, but for me personally, once I stopped loving boxing, I stopped improving. When you continue to love what you do, you keep improving. Is it a matter of Ryan Garcia doesn't really love boxing, he just likes being famous, he enjoys the fame, and that's why he's not getting better?
Important. Paulie, that's very important. I think that's amazing team, amazing question where you have to give to me, because you can see very well, if you go in the past, if you going back when Ryan Garcia was a champion, when he was in the best prime, in his prime, and now you see the reality life what he have right now, it's shit, it's bad, it's toxic, you be inside in Twitter and then Instagram, all things is the same, but more bad than good thing. For me, is my daughter try to be his fan. I tell her to my daughter, no way. You know what he said, like, and smoke marijuana and all the thing. Why? Why? Where is your professional way? Where is your professional team? And you can see in his eye is very confused. And I saw a lot of replays of today and the training and the social media, and I saw a little crazy thing about Oscar de la Hoya. Oscar de la Hoya looked like a very confused. You know what I mean? So he seemed like a I see this, I look in this more show than professional business team. And Haney, he looked more strong. He looked more focused. He has something planned. He has something strategic. You can see very well.
I feel like
when you be a professional, when you have the experience, what we have, more than 3-time world champion, you can see very well.
It's ambition. It's ambition. You can see the ambition in Haney, and I don't see the ambition in Garcia. I just see a guy who likes to be at the center of attention.
You can see that strategy what Ryan Garcia tried to make is not a good way. It's not the best team. Let's see. Maybe he's lucky, and maybe he can knock down Ryan Haney. We don't know. End of the day, so both of them they have similar style, but it's depends on the strategy what they want to make. End of the day, they want to be in the ring. They want to try to be the best fight in the world. But for me, I'm with Haney. I like Ryan Garcia. He has a lot of potential, and he has amazing talent. But mentality,
it's hard to pick against Haney this fight. It's very hard to pick against Haney this fight.
Right. So, but let's see. But for me, I'm 100% with Haney.
So Jorge, is there any chance Ryan Garcia wins? And if he does have a chance, what does he have to do in the ring to pull off what would be a very surprising result?
Let's say, Haney is good. He's a world champion right now, but in 140, we have so many good boxers. Better than Haney. Better than Ryan. For example, for me, the more danger, the more good boxer right now, 135 and 140, is Tom Davis. But and the another way is Pitbull too. He's super strong. It's danger for both of them. If you bring Pitbull in the ring with Ryan and also with Haney, I'm with Pitbull, 100%.
Ooh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Interesting.
So
that is interesting.
It's very interesting because people don't have any clean style, but he have punching, he have hunger. When you feel that thing, you can kill anyone. Like Mike Tyson before. Like me in the best prime. So like the same thing what we saw in Lomachenko when he was in the best prime, and when he lost with Lopez and with the another guy, with Camboso. So but I can see something in Ryan. Now is not his time. It's not his moment.
Interesting there. So you saying Pitbull Cruz might be the best at 140, or he's definitely or you like him at 140 the most?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Interesting. All right, Jorge. Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate you coming on here.
Thank you, guys. See you soon.
Yes, see you soon, and continue your great work with boxing and being a mentor. Jorge Linares, 3-division world champion here on Deep Waters on ProBox TV, your boxing channel. Quick break, we'll return on the other side.
Wednesday Night Fights. On the next Wednesday Night Fight, April 24th, Ramon Cardenas returns to defend his WBA regional title against the hard-hitting Eduardo Ramirez. Live from the ProBox Event Center in Plant City. Get your tickets at ProBoxTV.com or take your chances at the door. Wednesday Night Fights.
Yeah, Wednesday Night Fights is going to be a good one. A week's time already, another live fight here on ProBox TV, your boxing channel. April 24th, super bantamweight main event between Cardenas and Ramirez. All right, let's talk about the fight on Saturday as we continue our discussion of Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. Now, we all know Ryan Garcia, with all the madness, we'll put it that way, on social media. And then a couple of days ago, we saw the press conference. He was on the Empire State Building, and Devin Haney almost pushed him off the Empire State Building. He pushed him so fast. Then he had issues at the Mets game, Ryan Garcia. Paulie, is this premeditated, all of this, to sell the fight? Is there a art to selling a fight without having to go to these depths?
I mean, I don't know. If the animosity is genuine, I don't see a problem with showing the animosity. If it's, you know, a lot of times competition breeds bad blood, even if you have an inner respect for your opponent. Fight week, it's you know, there's the animosity is kind of at the forefront because it's competition and you want to win so badly. But this kid has been a little bit strange for quite some time, so I don't really. I mean, you'd have to be a psychiatrist or psychologist. I always get them.
Probably both.
You'd have to.
Psychologist?
You need to be one of those things to kind of figure out what's going on in his head.
One can give drugs, so
Yeah.
the other one.
Yeah.
So both of them then.
Yeah, but as far as you know, his antics even on fight week. Did he just get married now? Did you saw that? You saw that?
I don't know what's hearsay, what's true at this point. But all I do know is that, listen, there's promotion. There's one thing, like you said, there's going to be some animosity. But there's certain things you can say to a guy where you're going to get pushed in the face or you're going to spit at, because those kind of things happen. I mean, I think that Ryan had said something about Devin's mother. I think he said, where's your, something to that regard. Hey, listen, you mentioned somebody's mother. Things get hot.
Yeah.
Things get hot. So I don't know if it's so much that it's just promotion, but there's certain things you can say to people that you're not going to get a response that's going to be, you know, camera ready or is going to be just part of the show. That seemed like that was a real animosity.
In addition to the fact that it's fight week, and you know, there's always a little bit more hot blood brewing.
You're cutting weight.
You're
feeling angry. You're getting closer to the point where you have to punch somebody in the face for a living in front of millions of people.
And he's in front of you talking trash.
Right.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, I know Bill Haney said something about Garcia's mom is going to watch his son get killed in the ring or something to that effect there. So there's continuing to add to
like
it.
I said, that could work both ways. You know, I guess you know, that's where the animosity kind of starts to build. If somebody, you can kind of tell sometimes if there's not genuine bad blood, you can kind of sometimes let that rock and say, oh, I'll show you on fight night. But if you genuinely don't like each other, things like that will end up kind of brewing over even before the fight sometimes.
So in leading up to a fight and promoting a fight there, fight week, or even in the weeks before that, is there a topic that's off limits that you might trash talk your opponent, but you don't go that far? Chris, is there any?
I mean, listen, you say something about my mother, I'm punching you in the face. Like, that's regardless. I don't care, you know, how much money there is to lose or whatever, or what I'm not supposed to do. That's you know, there's a line, and that's not me as a fighter or as a professional. That's just me as a man. I mean, you can't talk about my mom. You know, that's I think a lot of people would agree with that.
Yeah.
I honestly, I think there's something that you draw the line at, but that's on a personal standpoint. But I really don't think there's a line on when it comes to a promotion. I mean, you're coming from me here. It was me and brother. You know what I mean? There was no line. Granted, then you take your own chances on saying those things because there could be consequences, shoves, pushes, punches, whatever.
Right.
But of course, I mean, I'm one of those guys that, you know, I think, honestly, we sold the fight so well, me and Broner, when there was nothing on off limits, you know?
Well, listen, for this fight, I think they did not sell it well. I think they missed the mark. I think
that's the thing. You're not breeding the bad blood here. You're just doing all kinds of weird stuff.
It just
See,
seems...
with me and Broner, and I mean, to this day, most of you guys probably think that was my girlfriend. So, but I was actually irking. The fact that somebody thought that was my girlfriend was irking me more than the fact that if it would have been a real girlfriend, who knows? Maybe I'd draw the line and say, hey, I'm really pissed off. I was pissed off more at the fact that everybody thought it was my girlfriend. But nonetheless, I mean, looking back, I was like, man, that's a fun promotion. But you're building to fighting. I don't know if these guys are building to fighting. They're like, you're getting kicked out of Mets games. They're complaining. Like, it's not really a one-on-one argument where you're like, oh, I can't wait for these guys to fight. You know, me and Broner, you couldn't wait for me and Broner to fight. You know what I mean? Like, oh, these guys really don't like each other. With this, it's more like...
It's more confusing. Everyone looks
You're wondering, what the hell's going on over here? What's going on? You know, like, it's not building to the fight. It's just a lot of weird stuff.
It's almost a little contrived. It seems maybe a little contrived.
But Ryan has, you know, it's almost like that MMA crowd, bro. They'll just watch anything. You know what I mean? Ryan has a crowd of people that just watch him do anything. You know what I mean? That's why he does this stupid stuff. So you're probably going to sell the fight anyway well, because it's Ryan Garcia, and this is the world we live in.
All right, more Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney talk here on Deep Waters on ProBox TV.
Wednesday night fights. On On the next Wednesday night fight, April 24th, Ramon Cardenas returns to defend his WBA regional title against the hard-hitting Eduardo Ramirez. Live from the ProBox Event Center in Plant City. Get your tickets at ProBoxTV.com or take your chances at the door. Wednesday Night Fights.
Deep Waters here on ProBox TV, your boxing channel. We do it every Monday through Friday here on the network. All right, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, April 20th. Chris, would you go to that fight? Is all this activity really piquing people's interest in this fight here?
Well, I am going to the fight. So
okay, well, yeah.
There's that.
If you were a civilian, let me put it that way, yeah.
I mean, listen, this is not my favorite promotion leading up to a fight. I'll say that much. Like I said, I think it missed. But I do want to see the fight. And the reason for that is you have two young guys. You got two guys who are 25 years old. And as talented as Ryan is, and as hard as Devin Haney works, you know, there is a clash of styles. And either way, I want to see this thing to its end. We've been talking about this so damn much. I want this to be over, and I want to see it. So, yeah, I do want to see what's going to happen. Do I think this is going to be Hagler-Hearns? No, I don't. I don't think it's going to be that kind of fight. It might not even be that entertaining, actually, once they're in the ring. It might have been more entertainment. There might have been more shock value leading up to than what actually happens on fight night. But guess what? I'm a boxing fan. I'm going to watch it. I want to see the stars of tomorrow, fight and see what's going to happen. I want to see what these guys are able to do with each other after all this weird back and forth that we've had. And I want to see if Haney shuts him up. Because it seems to me like Haney, at this point, is aggravated with all the antics. I saw an interview where he's looking at him, he goes, I don't think he's taking this seriously. And to someone like him who takes this as serious as he does, trains as hard as he does, that's going to hit him hard. And I think that's why we're starting to see him come out of his shell, pushing Ryan, for example, and getting a little nastier.
Yeah, what do you think, Paulie? Would you, if you were a civilian, we'll put it that way for those of us, would you go to the fight there and all of this drama and everything leading up to it? Are we actually going to get to the fight? Because even though it's about 3 or 4 days away, there's still some people who think it might not even pop off. What do you think?
Chris, actually, all fair, the champ made a very good point.
Yeah.
We'll see if what the weighing happens and who makes weight and whatnot. That'll be interesting as well. Because with Ryan being all over the place, you start to wonder, is he going to make weight? There's a lot of other things that could still happen, on fight week. Having said that, is it a civilians fight? It's only a civilians fight, I think. We're boxing fans. We're going to watch all the fights, right? But really, this is a civilians fight. Ryan Garcia has a following that's not really a lot of boxing fans. That's why he sells so much. Because if you were just talking strictly from his boxing, he's not really that good. He's okay, but it's not like something that's going to be sellable and marketable. It's more so his YouTube and social media following. So this is certainly a civilians fight. It's not really a boxing fans fight. But boxing fans, we watch everything, and I'm going to watch it. It's not really building up animosity. It's not really gaining a lot of interest. There's so many ways Ryan Garcia could have approached this. He could have approached this where, I took that loss against Tank Davis, and there was a big learning experience, and I'm so hungry. I have this rivalry with Devin Haney. I'm looking, they're 3-3 in the amateurs, and you know what? I'm here to take control of that. I'm here to win the rivalry and take his world championship and show the people that the guy in the Davis fight that quit isn't me. He could have basically gone in so many different directions in a positive way and shown his ambition, like word I used with Jorge earlier, and shown his drive and determination. And instead, he went totally to the circus, dude.
Yeah.
Totally to the circus.
He went AWOL.
And really, I mean, I'm interested in a fight just like I'm interested in any other fight. It doesn't do anything special for me. This fight is no more special to me than any other championship fight on any other week. I'm a boxing fan. I'm going to watch it.
And you mentioned Hagler-Hearns. It was 39 years ago Monday. Hagler-Hearns, one of the greatest, arguably the greatest 3 rounds in the history of boxing. We'll see what happens April 20th between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. That does it for Deep Waters here on ProBox TV. Don't forget to download the app and like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Take care, everyone.